All right, everybody, welcome to part two of my reaction to What You're Doing from Rush off of All the World's a Stage. That is the last song on the album, so we're going to talk about the song a little bit, kind of wrap up the album, and like I said at the end of part one, just kind of talk about the channel here for a second. So before I get into the song, I just want to say, I vanished without a warning, and that was not at all my intention. I was really enjoying doing these videos. Of course, I was really enjoying listening to Rush because, why the heck not? Um, and life just hit me really hard. My wife and I were in the process of buying another house. We were looking for renters for our house, and it was just a process. On top of that, we had just our normal workload, and there was just a lot of things going on. You guys know, the beginning of this year, last year, it was just hectic. COVID was, everything was just nuts. And we were worn very, very thin. I was trying to do too much in too little time, trying to make time where it just simply did not exist. And ultimately, I had to focus on the huge priorities in my life, my marriage, work, the house buying process, family, and just get all that under control. Life has slowed down, it's stabilized. I'm feeling really good. Everything's going really good. The new house is awesome, the new studio set up. But yeah, that's what happens. And you think it's going to be a week or two of missed videos and it turns into a couple months. And in the back of my mind, it was always kind of, I've got to get back in the studio. And I didn't have the time for it. I was unable to be on, my channel and reading comments and replying to stuff. And I genuinely apologize to those of you who were worried about me. But here I am. Now, going forward, I'm going to try and be back here more. I'm not making promises on what that looks like, but I am hoping to get back into it now that time's opening up. And this is something I like doing. I like sitting here and just, listening to music. I love listening to music. I obviously love music. So it's not that hard for me to just throw a camera on now. Now, about that, the editing and all of this stuff, it was just a headache. I think a lot more time goes into this than a lot of people realize. However, I've streamlined that process. I've streamlined the audio and the editing and everything. Should be much simpler. But anyway, that's that. That's the explanation. And again, thank you guys for sticking around, and thank you to all the new viewers. Now, that song, What You're Doing, was absolutely fantastic. I love that song. It's got such a simple kind of groove feel to it, with these chords just kind of hitting really hard, going along with the beat. And the bass groove is more complex than it initially sounds. It's just awesome. It's got a sick feel to it. It's so, yeah, it feels like a jam that kind of got polished, like a polished up jam sesh, in the sense that there's a lot of underlying kind of complexities and the way that they all play together. The way the drums are going, the bass kind of follows them, and the guitar's going along with it, adds these just layers, and it adds a bigness that you don't normally hear from a three-piece band. Now, I know there are bands out there, and please leave a comment, let me know what they are, because I love to check out new music. I love to have my mind blown. But yeah, just a really, really cool song. This whole album, and it's been so long since I've listened to all of it except this song, but I distinctly remember thinking and saying multiple times, how is this just three guys? Because it sounds too big and it sounds too good. But dang, man, they do what they do so good. And it's kind of like, just listening to this one song kind of made me be like, man, I want to jam. And I know I say that all the time, but I'm like, man, I want to get back into it. And I've been thinking a lot about writing music with my dad and doing stuff, and kind of doing our own thing, not the classic, what's going on now where everyone's doing, I have to be the most technical and I have to have the most, processed, polished sound. I'm like, why can't we go back and have kind of a raw sound with just good playing and a cool feel that people can listen to? Like, I don't know, I'm not hearing too much modern um, rock, metal, anything that really stands out as new. It's very rare. It's kind of like, man, this has a very, familiar feel because it's just the new thing. Um, but yeah, I love these guys, man. This whole concert, like for a live album, absolutely just smokes. I love it so much. But we're going to jump into the next studio album. Obviously, that's the next logical step, isn't it? I don't even know what album that is. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic, though. Really looking forward to it. Um, yeah. So, as far as the future of the channel goes, we'll just see what happens. We'll try and get a flow going. We'll see if I can't streamline this. This studio, what you guys aren't seeing, on the other side of the camera and on the sides here, is a lot more spacious and kind of intuitive compared to the old one. So there's a lot less prep work to kind of get in here and get all this stuff set up and get it going. So hopefully you guys will be seeing this face a lot more often. And I can't let it be that long again. And again, you guys, sorry for the worries. And everything's great. Life is smoothed out. Everything is really good. So that's going to wrap up this video, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. As always, please subscribe, drop a comment, hit that like button. And until next time, I will see you later.